All right, back from vacation. It's rat yapping time. How have you been?
Good you?
Good, good. My name is Peach, joined by Nick,
Hello.
and yeah, it's been I've missed quite a lot. I missed. Let's see. We raided the guild raided. Uh, I missed the first night of raid, kinda. It was 21st raiding through Discord. Uh, that was pretty fun. I don't know. There's so much to go over here. I guess real quick, vacation wise, had a nice week with family out in the East Coast. Visited some places. Soaked up a lot of sun. Man, there is not. We went to New Brunswick, and I will tell you, they don't like to drive in a straight line. The amount of windy roads that we drove on and traffic circles
Dude,
is crazy. I don't get car sick,
I hate traffic.
but I was getting car sick. It was crazy.
It was a ride.
It was a ride.
Yeah,
No, it was good. It was good. Adia came with us, and she hadn't met the family, so that was good. Yeah, I don't know. Where do you want to start?
I had a good week. Wow, I don't know.
Yeah, fill me in. Fill me in.
I got to play a lot. Where to start? I mean, I think we started off. We didn't even do M0s. We went right into delves, like group delves day
Yeah.
one. Just like blasted to level. We did the little quest and everything to like get to the seasonal delve, Zekfir's thing.
Yeah.
So we did like all the quests there, and then we focused on getting up to 8, and then we did 2 bountifuls, and then we tried Zekfir a little bit, and we were just like way too undergeared for it, I think.
Right.
We got him down to like I want to say like 60% day one.
This was day one of
this was
the new delves.
day one. Yeah.
Okay.
We got him down to like 60%, and we're like, okay, obviously we're just like maybe we could do it, but like let's just go do something else kind of thing. So
Right.
then I think we did 2 or 3 M0s. It was fine. It was hard. It was kind of difficult because again, I think we were just too under geared. And then we went back to finish the bountiful devs because we all had enough keys. And that's when we found out that Zekfir also makes a guest appearance.
I haven't had that yet.
It's certain delves. It's not bad. Like it's not even a challenge at all. But the ones where like is it the one in I'm trying to think. I think it's the one in Ringing Deeps where you gotta like have like the oxygen thing.
Oh, the bubbles.
The bubbles.
I hated that one.
So you gotta like, or else you like lose max percentage health.
Yeah.
Already hard enough on 8 bountiful, like kind of under geared. Dude, we pulled a big pack. All was well. Killed the pack as soon as the pack died. Zekfir was like, "Hey, can I come in there?" And
Hey, can I get a piece of this?
it took a while for us to like stable out to like get in a comfortable position where we weren't in a panic. We ended up killing him, and then we like kind of went by and didn't realize we could loot him until one of us died up ahead, and then he came by and was like, "Oh, you can like loot his staff." So we all like circled back, and then that's when we like yeah, we almost missed that entirely.
Damn.
And yeah, so then looted that. I got the little like the map. There's a bunch of different drops for it. You can get like gear directly from it, but I like the map one the best.
Is that what gives you?
Hero.
I saw on TikTok today. Yeah, is that what gives you the second chest in a bountiful dev?
Yeah, the second big. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives you like has a chance at giving you a hero piece. So I got a hero cape, which is great.
Oh, nice.
I won't have to replace it for a long time, kind of thing. So no, other than that, it's been all right.
So how did so the first day I got back on the Thursday of this week, this reset, right? Yeah, Thursday night.
Yeah.
So how did Mythic Zeros feel day one? Like hard, challenging, impossible, too easy?
No, none of them were impossible. Challenging would probably be the best thing because just like being so undergeared. Like we were all, I think most of us were all full heroic, but like just like learning like that extra, that new mechanic kind of thing, throwing it in.
Right.
Kind of played it a bit of a part, but like looking from then to now, almost a week later, it's smoothed out a lot. Like in
Because when
pugs,
I started doing Mythic Zeros Thursday night, like it was, it wasn't a pushover, but it definitely was not
yeah,
super hard.
it if you fuck up, you die. But like at the same time, where it's like most mechanics are easily dodgeable, kind of thing.
I gotta say, I was pretty impressed with, at least in the new dungeons, the War Within dungeons, how telegraphed everything is, how telegraphed
Yeah,
all of the mechanics are.
yeah, that's
Um, I really much enjoyed that.
especially like second boss on Dawnbreaker. Is
I actually haven't done Dawnbreaker yet, but
so it's that giant like
the one with the
spider.
orb.
Yeah, the one with the orb. It's
Yeah.
really telegraphed, like, and it's nice because they on Myth. I don't know if they changed it in general. I think they changed it all around, but he used to start up top, like just below the ship,
Oh yeah,
and
I
then
did.
would
He
walk
did.
down.
Yeah, they did change it so he spawns in a static location.
Yeah, which is
He doesn't path anywhere.
a lot better.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times, like, I mean, when I was leveling my Demon Hunter, and just queuing tank, like, you just dive bomb directly down. But the problem is
Yeah.
like, especially with like 3 or 4 other pugs, they're running into stuff.
That dungeon's gonna be a nightmare with pugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you
Um,
have to kill? I guess I haven't done any Dawnbreakers at all. Do you have to kill the lieutenants?
no, leveling I never did as
But like
if I was tank.
in a Mythic Zero, have you had to kill the lieutenants?
Yes, he just hits way too hard.
Oh really?
It's 200% damage.
Oh shit.
It's doable when you're leveling because of the scaling. And
Yeah.
like even like me being or like earlier when like I was at 80 on my Demon Hunter, but I was under the heroic, so I was still just spam queuing normals.
Right.
It was still killable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Other than that, yeah, no, there's been a as our normal like kind of dungeon group, that's like the one thing. Mythics are a lot easier now going in like being
Yeah.
like I think my evoker is like 603.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
My
lot
shaman got
easier.
super lucky this weekend with
Yeah.
gear. I'm already almost 600.
Yeah.
So,
So
I mean, I may have spent a lot more gold than I should have on a crafted weapon. We're gonna say that maybe a little bit of being under the influence had something to do with that. Who
Hey,
knows?
somebody just bought that ring for
Somebody got
235.
a really good tip. Let's just put it that way.
And it wasn't me.
And it wasn't me.
Yeah.
No, cool. So then they kind of broke delves, though. You were saying delves day one were challenging, but like completable.
Yeah.
And then I remember hearing delves were, because I don't know. Like I said, I kind of missed a lot of those first few days. Everything felt fine for me when I started playing on Thursday. But yeah, what happened there? Like they broke them. What's going on?
Yeah, day one delves were doable. I mean, obviously you're under geared from what it is. I think like at an 8 they want you at 6, like they recommend 600. I mean,
Right.
we were fine enough to do them at like 585 kind of thing. Like it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
we did
Take your time, sort of.
fail a couple times on like some of the ones where like you have like that one where you have to have like the little oxygen bubble thing. Like
Yeah, I
some of
hate that.
those ones are rougher than others, and just some of the mobs in there.
But that wasn't necessarily tuning that was hard. It
But
was like
that was just
just understanding those mechanics.
yeah, and then like probably missing 500,000 health from gear kind of thing would make a
Yeah.
difference.
Being 20 eye levels too low. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Valid.
so but then I understand why they changed it because like I guess if we would have just continued to gear, they would have got pretty simple.
Pretty pushover,
Pretty
kind of.
yeah, kind of pushovery. Solo was not bad, so like I never had a problem with Delve solo, but then they decided to change it, and then they screwed up their change and just like
Yeah.
they said all they did was make essentially mobs have more health, but then like everybody's like, nah man, like something's wrong here. We're getting
Yeah.
one hit, and it's like yeah,
And
and then they're like
actually trucked.
they drop a blue post. They're like, "Hey, so we're sorry. You were getting trucked.
Our bad.
Change the wrong number."
Added an extra decimal.
Yeah, so well,
Hmm.
because like we were trying the Zekfir when you got back there, and like the difference between that 5-man and the 5-man we were doing on day one
Yeah.
Disgustingly hard, like broken compared to what it was.
I gotta say we you I and a healer in our guild did the Zekrir last night.
Yeah,
Just the first level, and it was I got exactly that experience last night is exactly what I wanted out of this delve.
yeah,
Out of what I was hoping for. It was challenging. I liked that we had to like move our lust a couple times and really coordinate everything together. That's what I want from it. So I hope the double question mark is a bit more of a steep climb.
yeah.
You
Well,
know what I mean?
that's when he has a heal and then also does like the spikes in the ground thing. So like it
Yeah,
adds a decent amount,
way
and
more. Yeah.
obviously he gets more health on top of that. So
So I'm hoping that's fun. I hope that it's a challenge throughout the entire season, not just the first few weeks. I don't want to be able to outgear it, is what I'm getting at.
yeah, yeah.
But that's been fun. So how was the raid? I did it myself. Just queuing into it, just I know a random pug group, but you guys did it on Wednesday. How was it?
First boss heroic feels.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to elaborate what happened there?
Yeah, yeah. So
Context: we're not even close to a mythic guild. Our entire season is achieving AOTC. But we had a head start, I guess, right?
we had a pretty good head start. Very well under geared too, I would say. Um, the healer that we also completed Zekfir's Lair on was kind of leading for the night and made the group and everything. Invited everybody over. We all get into the dungeon, kill everything up to the first. We're like, all right, let's do this. And we start doing it, and we're like, okay, you know what? We got it down to 80%. You know, a lot of people don't know the fights. We're still kind of learning, whatever. And we just were like, it's all about repetition. So we get another one in. And we're like, we get it a little bit more. And we're like, okay. And then we get it down to like the meat section. And we're like, okay, we need to bring the meat closer so we don't have to as far as a run.
Yeah.
Hammer that down, right? And then we're like, okay, we're getting this. We're progging like every kill, right? Like or every death. We get it down to like 60, and we're like, like, geez, 7 minute fight at
Yeah,
60%.
yeah.
We're like, and then our main tank goes, "Is this on heroic?" And then everybody looks, and sure enough,
Sure shit.
got it down to 60%.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
uh,
I think because I think there's maybe what would you say 55% of us in the guild that were 60% of us that were
AOTC.
pushing our gear and
Yeah.
getting our gear ready, right, for
Oh
this raid.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Some of us were a little not negligent, but just behind a little bit.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
not having the time to play, which is whatever. Like I said, our whole entire season is getting OTC, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
definitely
that's.
not ready for heroic
But
first day.
when we went to normal, cakewalk. We blew through it.
Cakewalk.
We blew through it. Honestly, it was yeah, it was pretty good.
I expect tomorrow as our second raid day of the week. I expect tomorrow we'll finish normal. I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
That's
oh, that's cool.
was
That's
it.
funny though.
First fight was good. Second fight was fine. I think we did. Wow, once we did normal first, I think we got the first one down first try.
Yeah,
Second boss, I think it took us 3 tries. Uh, Third and fourth, I think we one shot as well. Like it was
yeah.
within an hour and 15 minutes, we killed 4 bosses. So
Fourth boss is that Rashawn, right,
the one
from
you
the Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker. Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's
I
just a
haven't done
running
it yet.
sim.
I've heard it's oh, I did do it actually. I've heard it described as a raid boss that AI created.
Yeah, yeah. It's honestly like a running sim. Like
Yeah.
he when he's in his starting location, he does his little thing, and then he gets like up like he's gonna go fly away, and then he comes back down. And we're like, oh, okay, so the next time he gets up,
This is a
next
little knockback, right?
yeah, and then the next time he gets up, he flies all the way across the bridge, and then he was there for like all of 15 seconds, and then he moved. And then he was there for all of 15 seconds, and he moved. It's like, come on, like,
Yeah, lots of running.
it was not like it wasn't hard at all, but it was just like, can he just like move like once or twice and then just call it, just be done with it, kind of thing.
Just be done with it.
So,
Oh shoot.
but yeah, no. Other than that, raid's been good.
Cool. Yeah, the raid looks fun. I'm excited to get into it with the guild myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, geez, what else we got? What else did I miss?
Oh, the Awakening the Machine.
Yeah, I legitimately did that
Bummed
once.
about
Got the
that.
mount. Decided I never need to do it again. So you can. What do you got?
Well, I haven't gotten the mount yet. It's pretty good for getting like cress
Skill issue.
and yeah, okay, buddy. It's pretty good for cress and rep and stones and stuff. Like, and
Okay.
obviously there is a mount chance, but like I did it day one, felt totally fine. I did it prez, and
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
mainly a damage-based instance. Like you don't heal the guy.
Right.
There's the med bots, and that like heals him just fine. I did it prez because I wasn't sure, and I cleared all 20 waves without waiting, like without waiting in between, like first day. And then I find out they're like, oh yeah, we nerfed it. A lot of people were struggling. It's like, how? Like, how? I understand the med pack change where they made the med packs stick around for like a minute more. That's fine.
Okay.
That doesn't really, that's okay.
Yeah.
Fine change. But like to reduce the mob damage and everything, like
Oh, so it's like a huge nerf.
it was a big nerf. Like it was
Oh
like
shit.
they made it just dumb content now, where it's
Hmm.
like pick the.
Yeah, it didn't seem that bad when I did it. I did it on my very not geared enhanced enchantment at the time,
I'm gonna be honest.
and
You could probably do it with Og.
yeah. Oh, dude, Og cranks. We can talk about that in a bit, but
Yeah,
Og has been cranking.
but like I think Og is like the lowest. Like you don't have anybody helping you, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
lose a lot of damage. I think you could still do it as Og. I'll try it next week.
Yep.
And see
Yeah.
if we can. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of bummed that I don't think it needed a nerf like that.
Yeah.
Don't like just gear up a bit.
It's like they're. I don't know. It's
It
like
was.
they're scared to have too hard of it. Like there is technically power gain from that, right? If you're saying you can get crests and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
So it's like they don't want that to be. They don't want things that provide a power gain to be like
Difficult.
hard.
But it was like. But that's the thing. Like I wasn't even.
Yeah,
I wasn't even that geared. I think I was like 580, 585 when I did it. It
yeah.
was not.
I
It
don't
was
know.
not hard. And
Who's
like,
that nerf for?
but to think that like, okay, just get gear and then go do it. Like it's on a weekly reset. You know what I mean?
You know what though? It might be. I don't know. It really seems like they want delves to be the important thing right now.
Yeah.
Delves has to be Delves has to hit. I
Yeah.
think in their eyes, and I wonder if that's. But then you would just make delves easier. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
wrap my head around it.
so to put it into further perspective, I did it again today on my Demon Hunter at
Yep.
467 on Havoc, and I wiped it. Like
At
wiped the floor at
467.
467. I was nowhere near dying ever. I
Yo,
wiped it.
what? That's like questing gear, right?
That's mainly quested. Like I had a lot of like explorer and adventure. Like that's before heroic because you can't queue heroic till 467.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, mopped
Wow.
it at
Who's that nerf
467.
for?
I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of like what class would struggle with it, and
Is the Awakening the Machine something that just they want it to be so easy that it's just like a like the World Quest equivalent? Is that kind of
but it was easy before. That's what I don't understand. Like
yeah?
I
I don't know.
that's what I don't get. Like okay, yeah, you can't like mosey around. Like you have to pay attention. It's not AFK content. It's
If
not
there's
fishing.
if there's anybody watching this that thinks that it was too hard, please elaborate. I'd like to know.
Yeah, I
Like,
I
I'm not trying to like throw shade or anything. I'm not trying to say anything negative about the players that find that hard. I'm just curious, like, what about it was
was
hard?
hard. Like I'm trying to think of like classes that would have struggled.
Like maybe healers. Like, can you queue it? Can you do it as a healer solo?
Yeah,
That would
I
be
did it.
hard.
I did it as press.
I can't do this press. But press is a lot of damage. I think
But,
press is an anomaly in that scenario.
but like even still, like that's you do lose a lot of damage compared to like my demon hunter, for example, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah, I
maybe
don't know.
maybe the only person if it was just all the holy priests ever complaining,
Yeah, every holy priest.
every holy priest ever, but I don't think there's enough that it would like be a reasonable number to be like, hey,
I should do that more
we have a
just to
problem.
get a better understanding of it.
Yeah. It's
Um,
could have been cool. Could have been a genuine another seasonal challenge.
yeah, that could have been. I could
I
have.
mean, they can still revert it and kind of make it into a seasonal challenge.
Would that have been fun if they did like endless waves, like with infinite, like exponential scaling? Every wave just getting a bit harder and harder.
It could have, or they could have done some sort of like challenge because like at the end of the 20 or after round 19 at the 20th wave, you get that kind of like boss, right?
Yeah.
They could have done something kind of seasonal with it, like you're awakening the machine and the machine got corrupted and this
Maybe
boss
there's
enters,
so many things. Yeah, dude, it has to just be delves. They just want delves to be the focus. I
possibly.
think you're gonna see a lot of other things become or shift into the main focus spotlight in
Yeah,
season 2
yeah.
after delves have been. I've heard a lot of takes here that delves are designed to get the classic player back into retail
I could kind of see it more
and
solo
and
content.
putting all this focus on Delve season 1 and making them not only important but profitable in the sense of like gearing your character.
Yeah,
I think that's pulling a lot of classic players in back into retail.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
mean, look at classic now. What happens after sod? Do you just fucking rerun sod, knowing exactly what every phase is going to look like, and you just have it happen again?
Th-
I'm sure there's a group for that, but
this
like,
is gonna be kind of a weird take on it. They did the same thing with RuneScape back in the day when they released
mm-hmm.
they made a big change to RuneScape, changed up the combat style, the graphics. They revamped the engine, right?
Okay,
A lot of people didn't like it. They saw a big decrease in subs. So like, hey, what did everybody like? RuneScape in like the 2007, 2008 era, right? So they made
yeah,
what's called OSRS, which is just old school RuneScape. So your account would run similar to classic and retail, right?
yeah,
So you only had to pay one sub.
okay,
It was exactly spitting image of like what it was, and they're like, okay, well let's. They run polls often, so like the community votes, like, hey, do I want old content that was like maybe a little bit newer put back into the game, kind of thing, right?
right.
And so eventually they ran out of content to like be like, hey, this is the point where you guys stop liking, kind of thing. How do you want to go about this? And then they tease some stuff, and they're like, hey, this is kind of like old school, but like new content ideas. And everybody's like, hell yes. So they did that. They could just kind of do that and like,
So your way you're describing, I think, is the classic plus
yeah, yeah,
thing.
which is like,
So but how does that? I'm not sure how that looks. I never understood it. I don't care enough about classic to really, create a valid opinion. But it sounds like classic plus is wow or is classic, but like in a new story direction. Is
yeah,
that what I'm understanding?
essentially you would uncanon the like you would sell. Obviously, you're not uncanoning anything, but you would like divert off of the canon route.
So do you just like tell? Do you just go in super in depth on classic stories that didn't come to light and
Yeah,
and make that content?
yeah, you
And
very
that
well
way,
could.
because like you don't they'll never do a classic plus where they like, okay, the Lich King is actually Jaina. Like that's never gonna
Yeah, no,
happen.
no, they
Like
won't do anything like that.
they're never gonna change the story. So I wonder if classic plus is a way to make classic people happy, and by adding new shit they're just getting like, I can't even think of a storyline that never got a,
Well,
a
so
spotlight.
kind of tangent here, like going off the tracks. I was it Bellulars Gaming? I can't remember his name.
Bellular.
Bellular. Was talking about like Halifal and like what the crystal in Halifal
Yep.
has to do, right? Classic, I guess, has something similar currently.
Oh.
There's a crystal pointing upwards that obviously they don't have Halifal. I don't remember what zone, but there's like a body of water, like a pond, and there's a crystal pointing upwards, and Xalatath is there.
In Sod, you're saying?
I believe it's Sod. Yes, yes. Which
Yes,
is
I have heard that Xalatath is not necessarily Xalatath, not confirmed, but a shadowy figure.
yeah, a voidish figure.
is in Sod. Yeah,
and
that was a
everybody,
while back. I heard that.
yeah. So like, I don't know. They could have fun with it in a sense where like, what if instead of winning that fight, you didn't, and they got
Yeah,
away? You know what I mean?
yeah.
You could have some fun with it in that sense. Um, hard to say.
So kind of keeping on classic, but also going back to retail a little bit. Have you seen the anniversary event? I feel like that's bringing a
Yes.
lot of people back into classic or
Yeah.
back into retail from classic.
Do you know how many
Uh,
paladins we're about to see?
oh my god, that new. I mean, dude, that new
It
dungeon
looks
set
really good,
looks so sick.
but do you know how many paladins we're about to see?
So many, so
So
many.
many. That's
But not even just that. Like the new, not new. Yeah, new. I guess. Black Rock Mountain raid is that new? I don't think we've had a Black Rock Mountain raid before, right? It used to be a dungeon. It was like a mega dungeon before mega dungeons existed.
I think so.
I don't think it was necessarily a raid. So that's going to be
I
interesting.
know
That's
in
kind of cool.
retail it's yeah, it's a mega dungeon now. Like it's set
And we're
as
getting
dungeon.
Time Walking Classic.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
I don't
So I wonder,
I'm not opposed to that.
it just goes back to, I think they're trying to not convert, but I think they're trying to push classic players into trying the War Within because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's feeling a lot like classic where you can play by yourself and still do well. So I
This
wonder. I think that's the plan. It seems like it.
the X-Pac feels amazing. I would compare it towards like Legion times.
Yeah,
It's the game's fun.
yeah.
The game is
It
fun.
is. It is very fun. I've had a lot of good time. But
And like Legion I probably had the most fun like and they've learned through Dragonflight their timings of releasing
yeah,
content of a really set schedule
I'll
helps a
push back
lot.
on that a little bit because the tuning that we're getting or the class changes that we're getting in the anniversary patch, which it's kind of so two things. It's kind of crazy that we know that we're getting this already, and there's some classes that are getting changes in that. I mean, it's not crazy. I guess they had to have the PTR up, but there's changes that some classes are getting that it's like I'm playing Enhancement Shaman, for example, right now.
Mhm.
There's a new talent coming in on that patch that's just going to make my AoE so much easier to pull off. Like those
Yeah.
huge Tempest bursts that I'm doing, I'm getting a talent that's going to let me put Flame Shock on five characters when it procs, whatever. I don't know how it works yet, but uh, that like there's some classes in Enhanced Shaman as an example that I know it's going to be so much more fun then. And it's like it feels like they wanted to have these changes be at the launch and they just didn't. Whether they couldn't or there's a timing crunch, I'm not sure. But it's like there's some classes, man. They're just waiting for that before they actually feel good.
Yeah, like uh, I don't know. Obviously, the beta had a lot of playtime invested into it.
It did, yeah,
Maybe the PTR is not so much because of it being live content now. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
out, you can play it. You see a significantly less amount of people playing PTR, but a lot more people playing live. And like when they're playing live, they're complaining live or they're praising live, right? Like
yeah,
so they might be taking that into effect where they're like, hey, like this kind of feels weak. Like that's like dev. It's not weak, but it definitely could feel a little bit stronger to match it up to some of the other classes right now.
yeah, yeah.
Um, that's like Sub Rogue too. Supposedly Sub Rogue is like one of the weaker specs right now.
It looks like it's some good changes in this patch though,
But
in that anniversary patch.
you and I have both seen our guildmate.
He plays outlaw. He plays outlaw.
Was it Outlaw?
Yeah,
Okay. But
yeah.
Rogue in general has been stated to be
Pretty
weak.
buns.
But
I
you
don't
and
know
I,
if it's necessarily weak. I think the negative things that you would have been hearing are just how boring the hero
it
talents
could be,
felt.
yeah. Well, I know
Because
even they had said the coin,
yeah, like
the stupid coin.
it just flips a coin.
You just flip a coin, but
But
you do a lot of
look at the
numbers.
Dark Ranger. Have you seen the Dark Ranger shit coming,
The new changes?
dude? Those new animations
Yeah.
look fire. I
It,
remember telling one of the guys in the guild that plays Hunter, and I was like, kind of not shit talking it, but I was like, ribbing him for playing Dark Ranger when I was like, why not just play
Sentinel?
uh yeah, Sentinel, whatever, right? I was
Yeah.
like, it's Dark Ranger is so boring, all you get is a fucking dog.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was like a Tears Fall Glades dog model. Like it was like,
yeah.
what is this? But the changes they made, dude, they look so good.
I feel like that's gonna be a big thing of like if there's visual that goes along with it, it wouldn't feel so bad. Like if they, I know like the Rogue One is like, what are you gonna do? Like to flip a coin, right? Like they
Yeah,
can't really do anything for that. But like I know for like Scale Commander, for example, because that's one of the ones I've been playing with Dev, is like the bombardment is cool.
yeah.
Especially when you get a lot of procs of it, and then you just got like different Dracthyr, just
Is
like
it different? Because it wasn't different at first, right? It was always the same Dracthyr model that was flying in.
it's the same Dracthyr model, but he comes in from like different ways, so it's
So
not
I did
it's
see
not the
though
same,
that that's a change they're making. It's going to be different Dracthyr models
which would be
flying
cool.
in. That's going to be so
Like
sweet.
it's already pretty cool when you get like a ton of procs of it, and this dude is just beaming back and forth,
Yeah.
like he's putting in work. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like Chrono Warden, they've done what they can. Like the changes that they've like the visuals
Dude, the
for it.
warp is cool enough.
Yeah, the visuals for it are good enough. Like you can tell the difference between Chrono Flame and Living Flame.
Yeah,
Um,
actually, you can.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Demon Hunter sucks ass. Kind of. There's not
Very
really.
boring. I actually have seen some. You should look up some new animations coming for that. Looks like
Yeah.
a lot
So
of the ones that I would have said before are boring animation wise. Are looks like they're getting a decent revamp.
and that's the thing. Like if Demon Hunter had like some more pizzazzy fell to it, it
Yeah.
feel like because I've played both Tank Vengeance and Havoc now.
Yeah.
Both feel great. Like you pump damage still. Like they're
Yeah.
not weak by any means. They just still feel the same as Dragonflight though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only
I
thing.
mean, what can you do though?
But that's what I mean. I don't know. But like, okay, you changed the icons on my UI.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
looking at them half the time, anyways.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but like what do you do with Demon Hunter? What do you change? How do you what's the hero talent look like that is perfect? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Is it they did the two things you could do. Like do you do like a full sigil thing, all sigils, and you just like fucking hyper focus on that? The other idea that I would have thought of would have been being in meta all the time, but that's what is it Fellscar does,
yeah, yeah.
I think.
It
Like
puts
you're
you.
just in meta all the time.
It focuses you more in meta than
Yeah.
outside. And then
I just
the
don't
other
know what
one,
you do
I don't know.
differently there.
The other one seems kind of booty cheeks to me. It's just about throwing a glaive.
Yeah, I've heard a lot that it's you can't even notice. Like, you just play your rotation and you don't even notice it's happening.
Uh, in my current role, like in my current one, that's why I didn't pick it. Why would you throw your glaive? Like it's good for pulling, but like
On tank, yeah, yeah, yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like it's good for pulling, but you're not throwing that in your rotation to like normally do damage. I mean, you would have to if you went that, but like
Unless that's where they want to put it.
but
That's
it
what they're trying to
but
pull off with it.
you have to use the hunt before.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea how it works. So
So it's something like you have to have I think it's 50 Fury and then you hunt and then it
okay,
activates like I think it's called Eldrachi
whatever,
or Fellweaver Blade or something, and
sure.
then your glaive bounces to three targets, three additional targets.
Oh
But
wow.
you've already hunted in.
Yeah,
You've already pulled. So it's just kind of I don't know.
I mean, Demon Hunters did have a problem with snap aggro. Maybe that's kind of what it fixes.
But now with the other one, you literally become a walking nuke.
Yeah, on tank it's super defensive, right?
But
You
it's super
being in it all the
defensive.
time.
Yeah, and like the move. So when you don't meta and you just fell, beam, I beam, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Um,
fail dev.
yeah, both your orb and your blade, your single target and your AOE move based off of fragmented souls
Okay.
are like nuke abilities on your first use.
Okay.
I don't know who's ripping aggro off that, to be honest. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's really and especially single target. There's a talent you can go that like it does 50% increased single target damage on first
Right.
use. So it's just like I don't know. I haven't seen our main tank ever really have a problem with aggro. I haven't had a
Right.
problem with aggro yet. I don't know. Hard to say.
Hard to say.
Hard to say.
What else do we got? Talked about the anniversary event. It looks sick. All the sets
I'm
look really
excited
cool.
for it.
Oh my god, dude! Actually, quick side tangent. The monk set. That looks like the best fucking thing I've ever seen
That's
in my
cool.
life. That looks so
It's cool.
good.
Yeah. Demon Hunter.
Demon Hunter's okay.
It's okay.
We've seen it every time.
Evoker one kind of.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's all right.
And yeah, you're talking the ones that like didn't exist in tier 2, right?
Didn't exist, right? Like
Yeah.
the DK one's pretty good though.
DK one's not bad.
DK one's
DK
not
one
bad.
Pretty good.
What else? The monk one, stupid good. I mean,
The monk one is so good.
all the original ones, just perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. They didn't change much. The one thing they did change with the rogue is you don't see any face.
I don't like that.
I like it.
Wait, no, what are you saying? The original tier 2 used to have like a black, it was just black and the red eyes, but the new one, you see the character face. With red eyes.
I thought it was the other way.
No. The original tier 2 hid the face. I don't like that. I don't like that you can see the face. I wish it was like the original tier 2. I did see too that the priest set gets options for pants or robes. That's pretty neat.
That's good. I thought all of them got options for that. If it was a robe,
maybe
they got options
maybe
for pants because
I only saw it on priest, but
I thought warlocks were the same, so I think it was just a general.
Okay.
If you get a robe, you have pants option. Another quick little thing we can talk about: Drakthir being able to play a bunch of different races now, or a bunch of different classes.
Yeah.
Priest is probably by far the coolest, just with the visual changes.
Visual, and actually though, I think you're gonna see a lot of people race change to Drakthir if their class is in that.
You get a double jump.
Glide, you don't get double jump. You get your glide.
Yeah, but
Demon Hunters can double jump.
It's kind of same thing.
You know what I didn't realize though? So Drakthir, if you just spam jump running on Drakthir, there's a clip I'll see if we can get it linked. It's way faster than walking.
Yep.
I'll link the clip in below. But
you do it on Demon Hunter too.
Demon Hunter, yeah, but it's harder on Demon Hunter because when you spam jump, you double jump and then glide. So I didn't know this, but did you know people used to keybind glide so that you would jump, hit glide instead of hit your double jump, and then you would do the same thing Evoker does right now?
I could see it. I don't know. I've played Demon Hunter long enough now where like
that is so degenerative. You're keybinding glide.
I've played it long enough now where like I mean I'm sure my spacebar doesn't love it, but I've got it kind of pat and down. Like the amount of movement speed, like the amount of movement abilities that I can get further than like anybody as fast as like you take the other fastest class, like just like in raid moving down a hallway. 9 times out of 10 it's the Demon Hunter at the end.
Yeah.
Between you double jump, vengeful retreat, you have 2 dashes, and then you can meta. Nobody's beating like.
If you're using meta to get down the hallway faster,
no, but like
insane.
if you're like running for a boss, like bosses at the end kind of thing, like
sure.
I mean, I may or may not have done it without the boss being at the end of the room just to win the race, but yeah, I remember doing it. All right, I'm gonna snitch on myself here. Vault of Incarnates.
Vault of Incarnates?
Yeah, you know when you go to the right side and that's kind of got that like arched to go like I think it's towards the spider boss.
Yeah.
I think I was racing like Jake or something.
And you used meta to get. You're so fucking.
That's
insane.
Because I wanted to just dust him. Like I already like he had like cheetah and then disengage and stuff. So like it's not bad, but like he also has swap blaster. So I was like, if I just outrange. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that's good.
Other than that, excited for M+.
Yeah, M+ this week. While we're talking about skins, or not skins, I guess, but like class, the redesigns on the sets.
Yep.
I do want to touch about something. The Overwatch crossover. Now, you were in Discord the other night.
Yes.
When this happened.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna talk about.
And I'm still upset. I'm still upset that Blizzard missed this hard.
I don't know how.
I don't know.
They have time to change it.
Dude, can they? Because they've already announced the Thrall skin. They just have to add this next skin.
Yeah.
So, okay. They added the Overwatch and WoW crossover event gives Ryan a really sick Lich King skin, which looks really good.
Mhm.
The Widow
Mhm.
skin looks so good.
The bow's so
Sylvanas is
cool.
oh, that's so cool.
So cool.
Um, they give Zenyatta a Thrall skin, which is pretty mid.
It makes no
And
sense.
then makes no sense. Without the following context here, it's mid. It's mid at best. With the context, it's Garbo. And then Torv got the Speaker Magni skin, which is pretty cool. Um, how did Zen not get a Xalatath skin?
Dude, especially with the feet.
How did that not happen?
Like,
It's staring you right in the face.
I feel like Blizzard's pretty good at reading into like the memes and stuff. Like, I followed
Dude,
them
it's not even a meme at this point. I'm pretty sure there's 7 seconds of cinematic screen time in
of
this
just
first launch
slow
patch
on
alone
feet.
of just her feet.
But yeah, but like I started following like the WoW like um blue checkmark page on Instagram. Like I think it
Yep.
was like End of Dragonflight, and like all the stuff like kind of memey stuff leading up
Yeah.
has been like on point
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
terms of
they're
like
usually
WoW
pretty
stuff.
good.
Like the one where like uh Magni's grandson there
Yeah.
is like what would he be looking up in the
Oh yeah,
archives?
his search history, his
Is
search
search
history.
history in the archives? And dude,
Yeah.
the comments unreal. And like
So
they
funny.
knew what they were doing with that, like especially putting it on the internet.
I'm actually flabbergasted that Zen didn't get a Xalatath skin.
Especially like
It's
with like
he has orbs, she has orbs floating around
yeah,
her. She
yeah.
floats, he floats.
Especially but like you could charge it up and it could be like a void based like orb blast. You know what I mean? Like
I I'm getting mad talking about it. I'm actually and I'm mad. I'm
I
actually getting mad.
I just my thing is I don't understand Thrall.
Yeah, why Thrall?
When does Thrall ever fucking float? When?
Oh man, stop. I'm
When?
getting so upset. I can't believe that they missed this hard.
Like even like a fucking I'm trying to think of like what
I
a better idea right off the top. You could have done
there's nothing.
Illidan Genji would have been better
Yeah.
than
Wait,
Thrall
that
Zen.
that exists already.
Does it?
Yeah, yeah. Alien Genji
I've
exists.
never seen it. Oh fuck. Uh,
Ah,
Not common
I'm
skin then.
just
But like you could there's so many like cooler
I don't
ideas.
even know. I like I'm actually they could have done a variant Genji skin. That would have been kind of
Variant
cool.
Genji, yeah, yeah.
That would have been kind of cool.
Or like
Um,
yeah, I don't.
I don't know. Zen skins are always so good. So the fact that they missed this hard is like
They could have done
crazy
like
to me.
a Gazlo Diva skin.
Oh, that would have been kind of cool actually.
You know what I
Like a
mean?
shred his like it's like a
A
shredder.
shredder.
Oh, dude, yeah, that'd be sick.
Or do like her Deathwing skin from HOTS.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
is that on in Overwatch?
I don't know actually.
I'm not sure.
I don't
I
think
haven't
so.
played
But like
I haven't played Overwatch in a while.
even like yeah, or like a Gazlo hamster skin. You know what I mean? Like you could have done other ideas, but
Ugh.
like also you knew you were releasing the War Within, and like the big thing was like Xalatath,
They've
Xalatath,
had
Xalatath.
Xalatath as like the main marketing point of
Like
this entire expansion for months.
we've never seen anything like this. The closest to the void we've ever
How
been.
how
Here's
does
7 seconds of
Crybaby
feet.
Thrall get a Zen skin? Oh, we gotta move on. I'm actually I was so mad about this the other night. It's not even
I gotta
funny.
I gotta take a lap, coach.
We gotta tap out. Hold on. We're gonna take a quick break here. Insanity.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the only other thing I had to mention before we go anywhere else, is real quick those Race to World First bans. Curious to see how
Yeah.
it plays out. Echo just started their splits on, I think Friday or
Friday.
yesterday. I don't know if they could play Friday or if Friday was the last day of their ban. Regardless, they're 4 days behind in splits, 3 days ish. So
Here's some things
we'll probably
I saw on
what?
the internet. I don't know why people would think this. They're like, well, they can just do splits, and it's like, yeah, but I don't think you understand. They're gonna do normal splits for a while. Like, Liquid did
Mm,
Liquid did normal
did they?
splits for like till I want to say it was Thursday till before you got home. Like they stopped. Like
I would say,
that was their
yeah, I
last
could
day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 3 days of normal
of normal
splits.
splits.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And that was on 4 different teams.
yeah.
So they were running 4 teams for 3 days. And you know how often they were running? Like to clear raid, I think
Yeah,
like I want to say average time was like maybe just under 2 hours. Like if it was a good,
for a full clear.
if it was a good group, it was under 2 hours.
Yeah,
And then now they're like into heroic, like hardcore.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll
There's
probably. I
yeah,
definitely want to cover the race as it goes on.
yeah, that'll be the big next week. I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping it's a good one. I'm hoping it kind of drags out into the next reset.
I yes, I do too.
I'm hoping
But
we get like a T
I
Swift moment again.
I would hope for a T-Swift moment. That was super fun to watch, but I don't want to repeat Desarolor. I don't know if you remember that race. That race.
That was
No,
like
not Desarolor. Sorry.
no,
Desarolor 2. It was kind of bad, but Desarolor was way too quick, and
yeah,
Shadowlands
was
is
way
what I was
too
talking
long.
about. What I meant to say. Sepulcher. They
Sepulcher
were
was
there
too long.
for like a month. I think they were
Yeah,
in the race.
but that does like in the history that does happen. Like was it Archimond and Wad had a lot of
Yeah.
attempts, right? Like it does happen, and it just shows them that like Blizzard is like actively coming up with things to like make it very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the time any kind of normies do Mythic, it's already been nerfed, so
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
have an
Well,
effect.
the new there's a new passive buff. I don't know what it's called. You remember the Wrath of Lich King, or not Wrath of Lich King, the ICC buff that you can
Yes.
turn on, the
Yes.
variant or the Garrosh thing?
Yep.
We're getting basically something like that as this raid goes on.
Champions of Azeroth buff.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. That's the stuff. But anyways, we'll be covering the race for sure here every weekend while it's going on. So
Just have to wait and see.
have to wait and see. But what were you? I cut you off earlier.
I don't remember. Fuck it.
That's it.
I'll
I don't
remember it
know.
later.
Yeah.
All right,
I think that's it though.
we'll wrap that up for Ep 3.
A little bit of a crazy tangent. It's probably best with you now. I'm still pissed. I'm upset.
He's taking a lap.
I gotta go. I just got a text. We're ordering ice cream.
As a cool down.
As a cool down. I can't believe we missed on that.
Yeah, no shit.
That is crazy work.
All right.
Crazy work. But all right.
We're gonna sign it
Talk
off
to y'all
here.
next week.
See ya.